All right, here we go. So I am playing Azumina Mitsurugi, Snake Eyes, Fiend Smith. But don't worry, you're not going to see any Mitsurugi in this match. I promise you it's in this deck. I just didn't draw any of the cards for it. So we're going to start off with Deception. And then we're going to Hollowed Azumina to summon out Rusilago. So I activate Rusilago. My opponent is going to activate Effect Veiler, which this is actually a good card to Effect Veiler because right now you are making it difficult for me to actually make my Omni negate. So it's a good card to stop. Now, right here, I'm going to summon out Diabell Star, the Black Witch. And so let's see what happens. So this means I can still make that Omni negate. So my opponent is going to activate Phimina right here. Now, a smart player. Now, this is not a bad spot to Phimina activate. But if you're going to activate Phimina, it needs to be an intelligent Phimina play right here. What he should do, activate Phimina. He used 2 cards from his hand, and both of those were Draco Tails, which means he'll be able to set 2 cards, and he'll also be able to spin 2 cards back off the field, right? Or from his graveyard. Now, if he targets Phimina, that's good. That's not bad. Target Phimina is one of the cards. I get it. You need Phimina in your hand so then that way you can make plays on my turn too. I mean on your own turn. But when you activate this card out, Elion right here, you need to spin back move Rusialigo if you want to stop me. Because if you spin back move Rusialigo, I can't actually get Hallowed Azamina from my graveyard, which means I won't have access to a Omni Negate. If I don't have access to an Omni Negate, I cannot Omni negate you. And I'm going to show you. So we're going to refer to this point as the point of if he had done this, I wouldn't have the Omni negate. So this card right here is correct. He should have set key 2. This card right here is incorrect. Instead of Rahu Draco Tail being greedy, he should have set the horn right here. So I shouldn't have Rusilago on my field, and he should have horn on his field right here. So then right here, he is going to activate Hollowed Azamina, or I activate Hollowed Azamina to get the Ilia Silva that, I just said that I wouldn't have if he had spent back the right card. But because he targeted his own shit and added that Effect Veiler back, like, bro. And then, oh man. So Effect Veiler does absolutely fucking nothing against me right here. Because for one, I started my playoff, my Fiend Smith play, I started it off with Engraver, which means that none of the shit that happens here matters. So right here, he allows me to activate La Crimson, La Crema, the Crimson Tears. He allows me to activate this, which this is the perfect card to actually Effect Veiler right here, right? You could have stopped me from sending the trap right here. And then I go into Necro Quip, and then you want to Effect Veiler the Necro Quip? Bro, Necro Quip literally doesn't do anything unless a card is sent from the hand to the graveyard. What a fucking moron. Like, I was only summoning Necro Quip so I can go into DDD Wave King High Caesar. Like, that's the only point for Necro Quip. This happens a lot too, by the way. I bait out so many imperms and like Effect Veilers because I summon out Necro Quip and people are just like, oh yeah, I gotta negate that. Like, bro, why? It does nothing. You gonna negate it because it's a draw 1? Whatever. So a wasted opportunity. So 2 wasted opportunities. So technically he should have horn on his field and I shouldn't have an Omni negate. Then right here, he is going to just sit back and spectate. I'm going into Promethean Princess to revive back Flamberge. Of course, Flamberge to set the IP Masquerena, but not after we go into Amblowell right here. And just like that, we end our turn. We're going to set the Deception. And let's look at our inboard here. So we got Pop with Promethean Princess from our graveyard. We have Interruption. If they try to attack into Snake Eye Diabell Star, we can push their monster into the back row. We also have the Fiendsmith in Paradise Trap in our graveyard, so we can send Desiree to actually pop something, or to send something on the field to the grave. We also have a pop with Amblowell right here. We get an Omni Negate that's not supposed to be there if he had made the correct plays. Then we got 2 special summon negates with DDD Wave King High Caesar. We also have a link on my opponent's turn, which will be going into a monster that will do basically 3 interruptions, which would be Underworld Goddess. The first would be the tribute effect itself. The second would be negate all monsters your opponent control. And the third would be to prevent them from summoning from the graveyard. You can negate the activation of that. So yeah, a lot of effects that actually go on there. And then we also get the Link Karibo. Plus we have a back row Diabell Star that can be summoned off a Divine Temple when my opponent special summons. So yeah. So if my opponent was playing this correctly, instead of activating Kitu, this other card should be Horn. I wouldn't have Ilya Silva, so he would Horn first to send back DDD Wave King High Caesar. Once DDD Wave King High Caesar is back into my extra deck, the only interruptions that I would have is the Flamberge, the graveyard interruptions, and everything in my back row and my field spell, which means that he would have Kitu on the field and he would have Arthelion. At that point, what he could do is, instead of actually activating anything, he could activate Horn first, right? Send back DDD Wave King High Caesar, enter the battle phase. What that would do is that would force me to either activate IP Masquerena early to actually get rid of this. Soon as I saw he was about to enter the battle phase, I would have activated this anyways to tribute his field off so he can't attack into anything, because I don't want him attempting to crash. Even though I can put his shit to 0, I don't want that happening. So with that being said, what I would have done 1000% is summoned IP Masquerena and went ahead and linked off, and then he could have just said continue main phase and then made all of his plays damn near uninterrupted, aside from what I could do from the graveyard, because I would have linked off Flamberge, I would have linked this off, and I would have probably linked off Link Karibo and then made plays from there. And then now he just has to worry about graveyard interruptions. But this guy is not smart. That's an opportunity of a lot of shit that he's missed out on. So let's see what he does. So he tries to activate Kitu. Of course, I activate DDD Wave King High Caesar, negate. And is he smart? Did he learn this lesson? Nope. He could have at least tried to enter battle phase and attack into DDD Wave King High Caesar first. But whatever. He don't give a fuck. He had this card in his hand. He could have just normaled this shit out and then attacked into the fucking Wave King High Caesar, literally. But whatever. And why do I say he could have attacked into it? He literally could have normaled this out, activated to get its effect. And you see, I didn't. Oh, man. Activated to get its effect, right? I would have probably activated Ilya Silva or attributed it off, linked it off, or whatever the case may be. But he could have tried to enter battle phase and at least try to swing into Link Karibo, and then Arthelion swing into fucking DDD Wave King High Caesar. Like, I'm trying to think like a dumbass so I can think like him, but like, oh man, whatever. So he activates Maxi right here. Man, if he had Max C in his hand, like, he could have just activated Max C to bait out the fucking negate. Then he goes into Predator Plant Verde Anaconda out of all shit he could have done. Like, bro, I got IP Masquerena on the field, bro. You really gonna go into Predator Plant Verde Anaconda? Whatever. We going to Underworld Goddess of the Closed Worlds. Of course, Diabell Star summons because he summoned a monster. Special summoned a monster, I mean. Of course, he's still not learning his lesson. So, of course, he's bringing back Arthelion from his graveyard, too. So we go ahead and target that Draco tail, and this is a chain reaction. Like, these last few plays have all been chain reactions. Him having to react to something that I did, or me having to react to something he did, and it's continuous chaining of effects being going on and on and on until he has no more resources. He's trying to dodge everything that I'm doing, but because I'm already a step ahead of him, because I'm actually using my fucking noggin, and he's just activating effects. Like, he tries to dodge this right here, and he doesn't realize that, bro, like, I sent Fiendsmith in Paradise to my graveyard, bro. So he sets this trap. What do you think's happening to that trap with Desiree? Trap goes to the graveyard too, my boy. So literally your entire hand, field, graveyard, like nothing left. You get no more effects. I could have ended my turn and he wouldn't have been able to come back into this game. Like, I probably could have, like, man. It sucks. It sucks knowing that, like, I could have gotten a good duel, a good match that happened with an intelligent player that could have gave me a run for my money right there. And knowing that he could have beat me, like a smart player, a tournament player, an intelligent, somebody with a brain could have beat me right there. I've I've been in situations like this to where, like, a smart player would have done what I said, that Ilya Silva and the DDD Wave King High Caesar would not be on my field. It would be off my field, and I'd be trying to win off of Promethean Princess, the Fiendsmith trap card, and fucking IP Masquerena. I would have been trying to win with that. That would have been my win condition. So, yeah, I mean, being a dumbass paid off for me, but for him, him being a dumbass did not help him at all. But because he was a dumbass, hey, I got an easy win and some little bit of content. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. I'll catch y'all on the next one, and peace.